Pour que nous arrivions à réussir la mobilisation sur Rio, nous devons penser bien sûr à tous ceux qui pourront aller à Rio, retrouver toutes les mobilisations là-bas, mais nous devons aussi organiser partout dans le monde des mobilisations au moment de Rio plus 20. Et pour cette raison, nous avons à définir plusieurs étapes. Je dois parler simplement ici de 2 étapes qui vont nous permettre de construire la mobilisation pour Rio plus 20. La première étape, c'est le G20, G8, G20 qui va se tenir en France en novembre 2011. Il y a déjà une coalition en France qui s'est construite pour faire un contre G8 et un contre G20. Nous devons maintenant passer à une nouvelle étape, faire une coordination européenne et si possible mondiale pour justement nous opposer à la réunion du G20 dont nous savons bien que c'est pour marginaliser les Nations Unies et aussi bien sûr Rio plus 20. Donc ça c'est la première étape, novembre 2011. Dans l'agenda du G20, il y a déjà de manière explicite la question des matières premières qui sera aussi à Rio. Pour la spéculation sur les matières premières, nous devons être présents sur le G20. Et il y a aussi le climat au moment du G20, le changement climatique, et le G20 aura lieu quelques semaines avant Durban, en Afrique du Sud. Donc G20, c'est vraiment un moment très important pour construire. Il y a un deuxième moment très important pour construire le mouvement international, c'est le Forum mondial sur l'eau qui se tient à Marseille en mars 2012, avec un forum alternatif aussi. L'eau sera aussi au centre de Rio plus 20 comme bien commun, comme droit, le droit à l'eau comme étant un droit des personnes. Donc là aussi, nous avons à faire de ce forum mondial sur l'eau et du forum alternatif à Marseille véritablement un forum global. Voilà, c'est tout ce que je vais dire après les interventions pour que nous arrivions à construire véritablement une mobilisation à Rio, mais qu'il y ait 1000 Rio dans le monde au moment du sommet de Rio en 2012.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. In order for us to get to Rio and in order for us to be successful in Rio, there are some things that we need to do. We need to make sure that people get there, and we need to mobilize people all over the world. We need to make sure that this happens at the same time, and this is why we've come up with 2 stages which are very important. These 2 stages will allow us to mobilize people for Rio plus 20. The first of these stages is the G8, which is going to take place in France in November 2011. There is a coalition in France at the moment which is against the G8 and the G20, and this is going to be a new step in European cooperation and also a new step in world cooperation when it comes to the G20. So this is the first step, and this is going to take place in November 2011. For the G20, we need to make sure that we are there when they're talking about natural resources, because this is becoming a serious issue. We need to talk about this at the G20. We also need to make sure we're talking about climate change at the G20. So the G20 is taking place just before Durban, and it's an incredibly important event for this reason. There is another time where we all need to be present, and it's a very important moment, and this is the Alternative Summit on Water, which is taking place in Marseille in 2012. This is about the right to water and making the access to water a human right. This is also going to be talked about in the Rio plus 20 discussions. So this needs to become a global action, and we need to mobilise people all around the world at the time of the G20 in 2011. Thank you.
Okay. Now we give the floor to Nico from Via Campesina International.
Hello everybody, I will speak English. I would like to give very shortly the position of Via Campesina and then say something about the mobilization process. So I think Pat already made a very good intervention. We fully support his position. We think we should stop the tragedy of Copenhagen, which might happen again in Durban. So we really need a strong mobilization to stop Copenhagen to be translated into a new agreement. We need totally different solutions. And we see also Rio plus 20 as the next big step of the corporate resource grab. And we definitely have to stop these people to not only grab land, but also to start grab biodiversity, water, anything which is around us. So this is a very clear agenda. I think I have the feeling that we agree about this agenda. So this means if we want to have some kind of impact, we need to be able to have a good mobilization, strong mobilization outside. And we need to have also a good impact in the inside. So that means in order to have impact, we need a very clear agenda, which we have. We need strong mobilization, and we need good lobby and good people inside of the conferences. So I think we have a lot of good people that that can work inside the conference. We have also a clear agenda. And we want, as Via Campesina, be one of the movements taking the lead on the mobilizations towards Durban and towards Rio. And I think the first condition for this is that there will be a strong mobilization in Brazil and before that in South Africa. And therefore we need good, inclusive spaces where the key movements of these countries can be in and can work out the strategies with the NGOs and all the other movements. And Via Campesina want to take a leading part in that. For this we need resources, we need good transparent spaces, and all the key movements need to be in there. And I feel that in Brazil there is some work to be done there. I heard that already some work is done, but my Brazilian friends, they said that there's still some work to do to have really all the movements on board and to have a good inclusive space. So I think we should start to do this work as quick as possible. In South Africa, I think we should also give all the support to support this space for mobilization. And if we have these two spaces, we can build towards the international articulation. We have already important spaces. One space is here. There will also be at 3-4 o'clock the space of the Assembly of the Social Movements, where we can continue to articulate our international agenda. If we clarify this agenda, and if we have the strong mobilization space in Brazil and in South Africa, we can win an important battle. So that is my message, and I think for this we also need to work together in the collective strategy to build also the institutional strength to mobilize the resources we need for this, to have big mobilization and a good impact inside the conferences in 2011, 2012. That's it.
The next speaker is Candido from Graph.
GRAP is the Brazilian organizing committee for the forum in the beginning, and now is a group to reflect on the World Social Forum process. We meet sometimes in Brazil, in São Paulo, and we plan some seminars here. We are engaged on this process. So what I want to say here is in supporting what Pat has said, and mainly looking to possibilities of radicalize the agenda. Because if not, this conference is conceived to be nothing, or to be a danger, like a weak conference only open to deal with green economy, green capitalist economy, and business as usual, and we'll have more problems tomorrow. So we must in some ways try to prevent this, but also as an opportunity for us. In this vacuum, maybe we never had an opportunity like that to organize some strong mobilizing people everywhere. From these gatherings we know in our road to Rio, in May 2012, It's possible, but we need to work hard, and we need to take this opportunity to reflect, to plan, to define what we will work, to organize a real representative committee of everybody, and go on. I think define this platform, unifying the different actors and platform is needed. It's the opportunity for us to strengthen our relation between environmental struggles and social justice struggles. That in the forum was not so clear until now. We have some problems in this way. As Brazilian, I must tell you clearly, we need some support of our government to help to bring a lot of people from Brazil, from around the world. It's possible, but it's difficult because the new government, Dilma government, is more for a development agenda as usual. So, but at the same time, the Brazilian government asked for